Benjamin Netanyahu is due in West Africa this Sunday. It is the first visit by an Israeli Prime Minister to the region in more than 50 years. Netanyahu is to attend the ECOWAS Heads of State Summit in Liberia's capital, Monrovia. Leaders from up to 15 West African nations are also expected, alongside UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres and the chairperson of the African Union Commission, Moussa Faki. Netanyahu is expected to sign a joint declaration for greater cooperation with ECOWAS countries. He is also seeking to strengthen economic ties. It's the second time within 12 months that Netanyahu will be visiting Africa. In July 2016, he became the first Israeli premier in decades to travel to the continent when he visited Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda and Ethiopia. For more on this, we're joined by CGTN Stephanie Freed in Tel Aviv. Stephanie, what is the significance of the visit to West Africa by the Israeli Prime Minister?
Well, as you noted, this is the second visit to Africa at large within the past year. And the Prime Minister will be leaving within the coming hours. The significance is, as you said, to broaden out relations, and that's the official government line, to enhance cooperation, to sign a memorandum of understanding about enhancing cooperation and economic ties and dialoguing about that between countries in West Africa. And that extends to a number of industries, including agriculture, water technology, tech, cybersecurity, the war against terror, fighting terror, and on and on. So again, this is the official government reasoning or announcement. This is what they're saying. This is why they are visiting, or Benjamin Netanyahu is visiting West Africa to enhance those relations, to enhance those agreements, and eventually come away with written and formal agreements.
Netanyahu is expected to sign a joint declaration for greater cooperation with ECOWAS countries. What interest does Israel have in West Africa?
Well, now I did say that this was the formal government announcement, why the Prime Minister is traveling to West Africa. There's a deeper interest, not only in West Africa for Israel's government, and that is the UN. Africa has 50+ nation or state members of the UN, nation-state members of the UN. That's voting power. And Israel wants that voting power, and those votes, either abstentions or pro-Israel votes, when it comes to measures voted on in the UN that could be harmful, potentially, in the perception of Israel's government to Israel. So behind the scenes, one of the big reasons that Israel is beyond cooperation, economic and technology and so on, this is about votes at the UN, and Israel's Prime Minister has said as much publicly. This is about winning the hearts and minds of African leaders.
All right, Stephanie Freed in Tel Aviv. Thank you, Stephanie, for joining us.